Thank you. I used to work games. Rocky Point Amusement Park, 1979, yeah. Warwick, Rhode Island. Kind of a low-rent, seedy amusement park. I used to work the Midway, the Wheel of Fortune. And it was basically 6 days a week, 8 hours a day, with a microphone. I loved this job. Okay. I was shameless. I would do anything I could to get the kids to play. We used to give out as prizes these Smurfs, plush toys, okay, blue Smurfs. And what I would do was I would strap a baby Smurf to the wheel. And I'd have the button, and I'd say, like, I'm doing it if you don't pay. And like the 8-year-old girls would be like, no, don't kill baby Smurf. And they get their fathers to put the quarters down. Yeah. And I tried, the teenagers, it didn't work. They'd be like, spin it. I'm like, I'll spin it. And it's like, I'll do it. And I'd spin, and baby Smurf go flying. And little girls would be like horrified. We used to have these real cheesy Midway entertainments. There was Danita, the Spider Woman, who dressed, she had like a black bouffant kind of thing, and like a goth spider, I guess. And she would climb around on this metal spider web. That was the act, to the tune of Deep in the Twilight Zone by Golden Earring, if you remember, 1979. There was Hugo Zarchini, the human cannonball from Hollywood, Florida. And they used to put him in a spring-loaded cannon. Okay, they'd send it off with a little puff of smoke and a boom. And from where I was at the games, I couldn't see the cannon because there were trees in the way, but I could see his arc. He'd come out over the trees. And the thing is, he'd be flying over the trees like this. I mean, not like this, but like this. So I'd stop everybody, go look, and he was like, ah. And then there was the harmonica guys. 4 guys and a midget. It was 1979, you could still say midget, so it's okay. Basically, the act consisted of playing harmonica and kicking the shit out of the midget, okay? They would play like Home on the Range, then kick the midget. He'd roll, past the stage, jump up, and just as happy, really angry, and occasionally come out with a big harmonica. It was showbiz. So, a couple years later, I'm living in New York, it's 1981, and I just walked out on a job. I mean, literally walked out. I told the boss that I was going to go to the corner store for a pack of smokes, and kept walking. I just, next thing I know, I was at Central Park watching the seals, thinking, shit, I got another job, I got to get another job. So I was thinking Coney Island, because, work games there. So I go, and it's, more low rent, it's seedy, it's nasty stuff. It's right in the shade of the Colossus and the old rickety, not Ferris wheel, roller coaster, thank you. And there were midgets there too. They always walked in a group of 6 or 7. And from what I understand, one of them was actually in Time Bandits, but nobody knew which one, right? And there were 2 women, one time there were 2 women playing that quarter slide machine. They spent 5 hours, these 2 women, who both look like Johnny Cash, by the way. Just quarter after quarter after quarter. Anyway, I'm going to get to the actual story now. We finish work about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. And I go to the subway to go home. And it's the elevated subway there at Coney Island. And it's this old, wrought iron staircase. So for some reason, I'm feeling energetic, and I run up the staircase. And I get to the top of the staircase, and there's a guy right there who just, got to the top. And I get to the top, and he wheels around, and he's got a knife, okay, right at my belly. And because I just got to the top, he's like, oh, shit. So, I don't say anything. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. I'm just like, there's a knife. And he's just looking at me, and I'm looking at him. And we're just sort of stepping around each other and moving around and working, slowly making our way up the platform. Nobody's getting ahead of the other person. You're just, being very, And the thing is, this guy was about my age, and he wasn't a thug or anything. And I guess he could see that I wasn't a thug either. And so eventually he puts the knife away. But we're still watching each other because he might pull the knife out again or whatever, I don't know. So we're walking and going. And eventually I walk a little further down, and I go to my own pillar at the subway on the platform. So I've got my pillar, he's got his pillar, and I'm waiting for the train. It's not coming. It's like a half hour, 45 minutes, an hour, I don't know. It seems forever. And at one point, I just say something like, oh, God, it's like the Twilight Zone here. And he goes, yeah, really? And we start talking a little about how weird it feels. And we start talking. The subway train finally comes. We get on together. We yap, 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 yap.
Ding.
His stop is coming. He says, "Wow, it was really nice meeting you. Oh, it was great, you know." And we patted each other on the back and took off. It was the only time I've ever met anybody on the New York subway. And it was also the last time I worked Coney Island. Thank you.